How you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So today I want to talk about the elephant in the room. Anyway, I want to talk about this because this is a big issue and I think it needs to be resolved. You guys already know I love mini models. I love my Dualtron. But there's a big issue here that I know that every Dualtron owner is tired of it. We're over it. And for the next electric scooters from Dualtron, mini models that are coming out, this issue needs to be addressed and it needs to be resolved. Not even addressed, it needs to be resolved. The clamp area right here, the steam area, is like no matter what type of clamp you get and you put on there, you are always still going to have some type of movement. You're always going to have a movement in that area, and it's really annoying. And not only that, it makes you don't feel safe. You don't feel safe when riding this thing, especially at a high speed. And it doesn't matter which of the Dualtron that you get. So you can get the most expensive one, and from the least expensive one to the most expensive one. All of them have this issue. And this is the Aries clamp, which is probably the best clamp that I'm talking about, adjustable clamp. Now there are other clamps out there that allows you to just clamp this whole thing together and you screw it, and this will never move down or up, it will just stay up like that. And I'm all about portability, so therefore that does not work for me. I need to be able to open this up and bring this down and put it in the car, put it anywhere that I want to take it. I don't want this thing to be up all the time. But if you're the type of person that's just gonna have this straight up like that, then they have aftermarket parts, clamps, that will allow this to be screwed in. Like it just comes like two clamps and it will go on this and it will go like collapse together. I ordered that, but I never got it because of COVID and restrictions and stuff. I never got it. I was gonna order another one, but then I thought to myself, that means I have to unscrew every time before I can take this down, and I don't want to do that. I prefer the original clamps, how they are, how it was originally designed. So anytime that you want to bring this down, you can bring it down and lock it and then take it to where you need to take it. And that's what I like. Now, the issue that all of us have is that no matter how much you tighten this stuff up, you will always get steam movement. And that's crazy, because if you're riding at the highest speed, which this thing can reach up to 60 miles per hour, you do not want this area to be moving at all. Even though you're not really supposed to be holding on to this like super tight or like super like pulling on it or anything like that. It's just to hang on pretty much. But you still want this to be straight. You still want this to feel stiff and strong, like it's connected completely. But for some reason, no matter how much you tighten it, it will still move. So message to Dualtron, you guys already know I love mini models. Dualtron, please, we're tired of having to buy aftermarket stuff, because this is the original one that my Thunder came with, and it is terrible. It is bad, right? And this thing will always move no matter how much I tighten it. And I'm like, man, forget this. So got rid of that, ordered the Aries clamp, because they always say Aries have, you know, the best stuff in the market. I have their steering dampener on there, so I'm like, let me just get this and we'll try it on. I tried it on, the same issue. It's not gonna resolve it. We need Dualtron to resolve this issue. For the next Dualtrons that are coming out, Dualtron Thunder 3, Dualtron Thunder 4, Dualtron Storm Limited X, Dualtron Limited 1, and all the other ones that are going to come out, they need to have a better clamp system. I think the best clamp system that I've seen is on Orion electric scooter, and now second to that I will say the Nami clamp is also pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's better than this. It's better than this stuff. Okay, so Dualtron, please, we're tired of buying aftermarket clamps. Like, you guys could like literally see, I have a bunch of damn clamps here, and I have more in my area over there for all my gear stuff that I get, all the parts. But we're tired of buying these things. We spend so much money on these electric scooters, and we still have to go and buy this thing to fix an issue that should have been fixed while this thing was being built. So we need you guys to adapt to either that Nami style lock, or also the Segway, because I saw that their clamping system, it looks pretty strong. Adapt to that. That's how this product gets better. You see what other companies are doing, you take from that and you add it to what you guys. Dualtrons already look good. Dualtrons already powerful electric scooters. I don't really think that, as much as there are so many electric scooters out there, I don't think there's anybody really competing with Dualtron like that. But these stupid issues needs to go away. We need this to be resolved. I'm always finding out ways to resolve things and whatnot, and I'm gonna talk about this Aries clamp in a minute. But this needs to be resolved. Adapt from the Nami, the Orion, and the Segway GT2. I saw that clamp is pretty beefy, it's pretty strong. Find a way to get us something like that to mount that I can attach. And Aries, if you guys are listening, this your clamp needs to be better. This clamp needs to be way better. This is not good. Look at this. I want to show you guys something right now. So this clamp, when you tighten this all the way up, let me get this. I'll show you guys. I'm trying to tighten it up all the way. I have one that I can show you guys. I hope you guys can be able to wait right now so I can show you guys the other one, so you know what the issue is. I have it because I have two of these things. Give me a minute. All right, okay, I got it. Sorry about that, guys. So I want to show you guys this right now, and this is from the Aries clamp. When you tighten up this area, and let me make sure this thing is in the middle, so it's always gonna focus in the middle, because I need it to do that right now. So when you close this, like you tighten this all the way and you close it down like that, it keep coming up slowly. It doesn't go, it never stays down. Now I try to tighten it as much as possible, because no matter how much I've tightened this area will still move. It will still keep moving, and it really annoyed me. So I will tighten it up as much as possible, and I will press down, and guess what happened? It bended. You see this one? Can you guys see it? You guys can see that that's bended. This bended. This cheap lever, I am not sure why Aries would do this, but this cheap stupid lever, and they charge me so much money for this because I bought 2 of them. And this trash right here bent. Look at it, it bended. I was like, forget this. So this, I was never able to tighten this as much as I possibly want. So Aries, please replace these things. This is actually the problem. This design, I think, is really good. It feels pretty strong and rugged, and when it gets on there, I think it really gets on there. I don't think that this sucker is coming off. It's super strong. Even though it's like small, it's super strong. Aries, please replace these things. Anybody that you have sold this Aries clamp to, you need to message them and send them a new one of this. This lever, you need to send them a new one. It's no joke. I hate when companies know that they have done something not right and they do not reach out to try to resolve it. That pisses me off because I've already spent my money, and then you try to resolve it on the next batch. You try to resolve it on the next one that you guys make. No, you need to contact the customers that have bought these things and replace this. This is the issue right here. This is the big issue. Replace it with something beefier. Now I'll show you guys a little bit of my Mickey Mouse solution that I'm trying. I haven't fully tried it out, but I just put this on there right now. Look at this. Bend it. You're riding this thing at 60 miles per hour and this is the cheap lever that you have on here. That is dangerous. So you guys need to fix this. Contact all of us that have bought this thing from you guys. Resolve this issue. Send us a better lever, higher quality one, thicker. It needs to be thicker because I can see what these guys did right here. Look at, I'll show you guys right now. So this thing, sorry guys, I have to take this off so I can show you guys what I mean. So you see this, look in there, they use this thing, this little thing right here, so they can use it to cover the little hole. Because I believe, now I might be wrong, I believe that this is not thick enough. You see this thing? This is not the original one that they really want to use for this hole. Look how big this is. That means it's supposed to be a thick, really thick lever that is supposed to go through here. But because that mistake was already made, instead of them trying to get a thicker lever, they just use a tiny ass one and then use this little adapter thing, see, to reduce this hole. To reduce this hole. That's terrible. Like, these things bend, they're so flimsy. So now let's talk about what I did, because this is where I was like, okay, that they definitely messed up on that lever. So let me show you guys, because I can't just talk about issues. I also offer some solution from my own point of view, because I do, customize my stuff, look for solutions. So let's go to my little setup I have right now. So hope you guys can see that clearly. So this is the Aries clamp. Now remember, I have 2 of them. So what you're looking at is, this is it. What I did is, this is from the original Dualtron lever. This is from here. I just took it completely off. I took it completely off and I put it for this. You have to take off that stupid thing that they have on there. Sorry, I gotta I gotta take this back off again. Sorry, this video might be long. You can always skip. That's why that's there. So I took these things off. You don't need them. Just take the whole thing completely off. the original clamp system that comes with the Dualtron, this lever is pretty strong. The lever right there is tough. So take that one out and run it through this. You do not need any you do not need this, whatever this is. You don't need it. I mean, you can call it a washer or whatever, but you don't need it. So you just put that through, and all you need is probably some spacers. You're gonna need some spacers on there, like maybe 2. You put 2 spacers on each side, and you can pretty much tighten it up, and you're good to go. Now I'm gonna show you guys this. So for some of you who are because you're gonna run into this issue because of the way. Hold on. I hope you guys are here to learn something, so you're not in a rush. People spend their time on YouTube watching nonsense. So this is helpful stuff. So the original clamp, this one, have this big nut that's right here. You can see this is flipped upside down. Let's get closer to it so you guys can see what I mean. Let's get closer. Get focus right there. All right, so this is reversed. Okay, it's reversed. This is the bolt, it's reversed. So when you get it, if you try to tighten it up the natural way that it goes in, it's going to hit the side right here, so it will not go in all the way. So what you need to do is to flip it this way. See what I'm doing? So you flip it this way. You cannot go in this way. It will go in this way. So when you flip it this way, you can tighten it and make sure that you have those spacers on there. If you guys can see this, I have like 2 spacers right there. And once you have done that, you're going to be able to tighten it all the way. And I'm going to show you guys right now. This steam right now, I haven't even tightened it all the way as much as possible. Like if I'm riding, I was just testing it out. But I can tell you right now, there's no movement. There is no movement on that. This thing is hard. It is hard. It is whatever. That's what she said. But this thing is strong right now. And that's the solution that they need to have, because this thing is never gonna bend, and I can pull it and tighten it as much as possible. You get me? Look at that. I can take this and I can put as much force and tighten it, and I can still tighten it even more and push it down. And you can, if you guys see, this thing goes around even more. So you have more leverage to push and tighten this thing as much as possible, to collapse that front as much as possible, and it is sealed. So I'm gonna try this thing when I get time to go ride, and I'll try it, and I can give you guys update of what I think, if that resolved the whole thing. But as for now, like, I do not feel any movement. Like, it will rock back and front just a little bit. I do not feel any of that coming after replacing this lever with the original one from the Dualtron. If you already have this, you do not need to order anything else. Just make sure that you still have your Dualtron clamp and take the levers off, and then use it for that one, and put some spacers in between, and you're good to go. So you guys try it out. It's just an experiment. You try it out on your own, at your own risk. I'm not recommending it because I haven't run through the whole thing. I haven't taken it out to test it out, because I will only give you guys a suggestion of trying it if I have used it for at least a few weeks. So, but just putting it on there and being able to tighten this thing as much as possible, and I do not have any movement on the steam whatsoever, that's why I will recommend it to you guys. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to. If you have questions, always feel free to comment down below. I do have a regular day job, but I will make sure to respond to the comments. But thank you guys for watching.